Live, live, live. We're going live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lindy's Treehouse. How are y'all doing? It must be Thursday night because here I am sitting at my desk waiting for you all to jump in the chat on Thursday night. I am super stoked tonight. A lot of stuff going on. I made notes all day just to have this show just for you. And we are going to kick off the show the whole month of December. And we're just going to talk happy holiday things. Things that make us happy during the month of December. And plus, it's the last month of the year, right? I can't believe it. It's December 4th. Unbelievable. Time is going. This year just flew by. It just flew by. But if you're all joining, I'm Paramount USA, and you are at Lindy's Treehouse. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Jump up in the treehouse. I got all decorated for Christmas. Got my Christmas tree up and all that stuff. Not so much like I got in my imaginary. I got the treehouse all decorated, but in real life, not so much. Scooby-Doo's in the house and Mr. Bill's in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Munchkin. I know you're out there. I am just super stoked tonight to have y'all here. And all I can say is holy moly. Holy moly. I'm Paramount USA near Lindy's Treehouse, and you can be here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, right here. So yes, subscribe, hit the like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, bing, 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 so that you can all, don't miss a show, right? And this is my 77th show. 77th show, yes. And we have Cowboy John in the house. I'm going to grab my fancy-wancy, the drill. Grab my fancy-wancy book here. See, my fancy-wancy book. And I'm going to write Scooby came in second. And then Cowboy is third. So y'all get comfortable in the treehouse. All right. We know Bill H. gets the lazy boy chair. He gets like the Christmas chair. I decorated it. I decorated it tonight just for Christmas, right? So I've got everything I'll decorate in the treehouse, in my imaginary treehouse, yes, but not so much in my house, treehouse. Here, I got a few things out, but when you got a kitty named Miss Molly that likes to eat everything, likes plastic, yeah, she'll, if I put a Christmas tree up, it would not be a good thing. No, even though I miss putting things out, but that's a sacrifice you make when you get a kitty cat. So she's a good girl. I just have to watch her all the time. Like you can't leave things out because she will eat everything. So, So this week's been really good. Actually, I'm getting cabin fever because we've been getting snow. And with all the snow and plus all month of December, we're just going to celebrate life, celebrate holiday. And every week I'm going to pick a word that has to do with, during the holiday. And we're just going to talk about that word every week. So I'm really excited about that. So tonight, the word is going to be anticipation, because always through the holiday, right? The whole month of December into New Year's, we anticipate different things. And we've got Walter in the house. I'm marking it down, Walter from Australia. And we know that it is tomorrow already because Walter's in the house. So Scuba says, bad, it took me forever to show her how. I am so thankful for everybody. Yes. Carly Simon's song. I love Carly Simon. Too late, baby, now it's too late, right? Let's see, what else? We got Will Fly in the house. Will Fly, welcome. We got Will Fly. That's right. yeah, it's going to be a fun show. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about tonight. And my Lions, Detroit Lions, are playing the Cowboys tonight. And so it should be a really interesting game. So after the show, then I can put it on my Prime Video and watch my Detroit Lions play. I didn't even have any idea they were playing tonight until Angela texted me and said, hey, I'm going to cheer up for your boys. I'm like, oh my God, there's a game tonight. Holy moly, I forgot. So Walter says, fire Bill, you're on fire, man. So yeah, I am like totally thankful for, you know, I look back and I started this live stream 2 years ago. And I've had so much fun with it. And I just, yeah, I've been having so much fun with it. I've been learning so much, you know, and I'm just happy with the basics on my live stream and all that stuff. Will Fly says snow tonight and tomorrow here. Anyone else? Oh, Will, it's been snowing. Yeah, it's been snowing on and off. And Too Late was Carole King. Anticipation is, oh yeah, that's right. The Carly Simon. Yes, you're right. You're right, Cowboy. Yes. Anticipation is making me wait. Yes. Yeah, I actually, I still have her album. I have her album. Yes, I love all her songs. Scooby says, supposed to snow here? No way, it sticks. Will Fly said, Northern Michigan doesn't count. Always snowing there. Yeah, I even canceled my appointment this morning because it was like 18 degrees out this morning, and they hadn't plowed it, you know, outside where I walk to get my bus. So they hadn't plowed anything or whatever, and I didn't want to slide on my butt. So I was just like, nope, ain't gonna happen. And so I just rescheduled or whatever. But yeah, otherwise it's been a really good week. I decided to get festive tonight and wear my yes, I'm going to wear my Santa hat all month, right? All month of December, right? And I got some beads. I put some beads on, and pretty cool. Little festive beads. See if you guys can see my beads. Yeah, all the colors, right? All the different colors of Christmas. So pretty excited. I mean, I can't really, like I said, I can't do too much decorating in the apartment because of my kitty, because she would eat everything. And I don't need to be taking a kitty cat to the vet, right? Because she ate tinsel or whatever. So, yeah. So welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. And I'm here every Thursday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's like December 4th already. And outside, it's very cold. It says, feels colder. Yeah, it's cold outside. Yes, baby, it's cold outside. You know, like that song, Baby, It's Cold Outside. So, yeah, so I have my fancy book. I got you written down because we're going to do a spinning wheel tonight. And I have to give a real quick shout out before we start the show. I got all my goodies here. Munchkin and Scooby-Doo sent me a whole bunch of socks, people. Look at this. I have the best peeps in the world, and I thank every one of you. I thank every one of you for coming here every Thursday, and I thank every one of you for, you know, donating the socks out of the goodness of your heart, right? And we got some really cool ones. So I will show you these later, but I am going to give away, somebody tonight is going to win a pair of Christmas socks. So I only have 2 pairs of Christmas socks. I didn't want to go too crazy. And so you have your choice of Christmas socks. If you win a Christmas socks and you prefer not to have Christmas socks, then we'll go through all these socks that Scooby-Doo and Munchkin. Will Fly says, I know she's selling those things on eBay. I'm just very thankful for all of you, and I'm thankful for all the donations, and you guys are awesome. You know, I just love it. I love it. And actually, it's crazy, peeps, because today is National Sock Day. Sakatumi. Sakatumi. Look at that. National Sock Day. Is that perfect or what? Look at this. Look at this. So cute. So I even picked up some socks prior, like a couple weeks ago, right? And so I have tamales. I have hot tamales, and I have the more airheads and Betty Boop. Anybody likes Betty Boop socks, right? So, and then I still have socks that Angela donated. So you guys and gals are just, you really touch my heart. And I love you all from the bottom of my heart. I do. And I want to thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just get super excited. I'm probably going to, this summer, I'm going to get some more summer koozies. I'm going to give away koozies in the summer and socks in the wintertime. So it is sock day. Yeah. Yeah. I actually took a picture of a pair. I put a pair of socks on and took a picture and put it on Facebook. So yeah, it's pretty fun. But yeah, I'm going through my notes here. And so I'm going to do the real quick opening, and then we're just going to talk about all kinds of things. But the word tonight that we're going to talk about at the end of the show is anticipation. So every week I'm going to pick out one word, thanks to my, what do you call it? Not the chat, the other one, the grok. Yes. I always get on there. It helps me with the show and gives me ideas and stuff. So that's about the closest I get to doing any AI stuff, right? And so they gave me all kinds of cool ideas. So I'm super stoked. So every week, yeah, every Thursday, I'm gonna pick a different word, and we're just gonna talk about that. And it's gonna have to do with holidays. So it's not gonna be anything that you have to pick your brain about or anything. We'll just have fun with it, right? Yeah, I'm just like, holy moly, 77th show already. And you guys, I couldn't have started any of this without y'all, and you're the ones that inspire me to do this every Thursday night so that we can all get together, right? And just be thankful for each other. And I'm thankful for you guys. So I'm going to say my little opening here. It's super cute. You know how I always get my notes. So everybody grab a seat, grab your snacks and all that stuff. And we're going to get the show started because I have a lot to talk about tonight. A lot of fun stuff. A lot of fun stories, my news to me that I do, all kinds of cool stuff. So, I'd say go Lions because, my Lions are playing tonight. So I'm super stoked about that. Yeah, you can tell I've been having cabin fever. Yeah, I'm used to like getting out and walking and going to the bayfront and doing all this stuff. And it's been so dang cold, right? But, that goes with the package, right? I live in northern Michigan, so gotta have the snow, but it's okay. My family, they always check on me and everything because when you get to be 70, if they don't get a text in the morning, they're texting me and saying good morning, everything okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So that kind of thing. So it's good. The family, yeah, Mr. Bill, you did, didn't you? He said I missed the show last Thursday. Yeah, you did. And I don't think did I see you on Shaney's show on Tuesday? I don't think you were there either. You're just a busy man. So anyway, anywho, we're going to get this started. I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse, and I am here every Thursday night, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we just talk about life. We talk about all kinds of happy things because I always want you to, oh, that's right. Last Thursday was Thanksgiving. Thank you, Will. When you're my age, one day goes into the next. And yes, that's right. We did not have a show last Thursday. Thank you, Will. See, Will, you could be my co-host, but you're already popular enough with all the shows that you co-host. So I'm not going to steal you away from Shaney's show. That's for dang sure. Anyway, anywho, that's the word tonight. Anywho, and holy moly, right? Those are my two favorite words to say. Hey, beautiful peeps. Welcome to Lindy's Treehouse on the sparkly first week of December. Let's see. Grab your hot cocoa, coffee, your eggnog, your tea, your fuzzy blanket, your doggy, your cat, whatever makes you feel at home, because we are officially kicking off the coziest month of the year together. Isn't that exciting? Can you feel that little December magic in the air already? The pine and the cinnamon, we're all secretly turning into little kids all over again. And that's true, right? Anticipating Christmas and all that, the holiday. And so real quick, everybody, just put in the chat, put a Christmas emoji in the chat real quick, okay? Your favorite Christmas emoji in the chat. All right, put it in the chat. I want to see it. Yeah. It says here real quick, everybody spam the chat with the emojis. That matches your vibe right now. So put in, put a Christmas emoji in there. You know, whatever your favorite holiday emoji. Yes. So, yes. So that's my opening. Hello, everybody. Coming up in the house, the tree house. And we're just going to have a really fun night because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Linda, he said, light up the tree house. Okay, hold on. There we go. Sagagon Sakwa is the name of the tribe from my res in Wisconsin. Oh, wow. Walter says, not food again. It makes me fat, Linda. I love it. See how we all get in there and we just use our imagination. Molly, if this moved, if you saw my laptop, the screen move, it's because it's not an earthquake. It's because Molly can't decide to join me. So she's laying on the table, on the desk with me. Yeah, I'm not laying on the desk, but she likes to hang out during the show. So yeah, so today was National Sock Day. So pretty excited about that. I'm really going to try. I like that. Scooby's got the Christmas tree. Awesome. Scooby's got the Christmas tree in the chat. Everybody, I want to see those emojis. Bring them out, man. Bring them out. Bring the Christmas tree out or whatever, whatever you want to put in there. I want a holiday Christmas tree. What else they got on there? Snowman, the Frosty the Snowman, So, okay. So another note, this is really funny. This is a story, something that happened to me a couple weeks ago. Okay. I know y'all love to hear my crazy stories, but it's kind of funny. I went to Meijer, my grocery store, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, I'm going to pick up a big pack of toilet paper, right? Some TP. Molly, stop moving, girl. I'll get seasick. Molly, she's quiet. I'm the one that's a swivel. I'm the one that does the swiveling in my chair. I know. Scuba. Oh, Scuba's got a snowflake. He's got a snowflake and he's got two snowman. And Scuba's winning right now for emojis in the chat. Scuba, you're winning. And I still got to get that sticker out to y'all too. The paraglidingtalk.com sticker. So tonight I'm giving away either a Christmas sock or you can give the sock of your choice, whoever wins on the spinny wheel. Okay. I want every week for the month of December, I will give I'll give a sock away or a sticker because it is, Christmas holiday or whatever. So I'm going to do that. Anyway, back to my story, because I know I'm trying to follow the chat. So if I miss something in there, when I'm flying solo here, sometimes it's hard to watch everything, right? Everything. So anyway, I picked up the toilet paper and I brought it home and, whatnot. And then a couple days later, I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and just put it. Scuba says, hopefully a pair of socks, not a sock. Yeah, there you go. A pair of socks. Yes. Since it's National Socks Day, sock it to me. And Scuba and Munchkin definitely sock it to me. I was like blown away when I opened up that package and saw all those socks. I'm like, oh my gosh, so cool. Yeah, so cool. I mean, I have abundance now, and I love it because I can give these away every week. You give a pair away every week, not just a sock, right? So anyway, back to my toilet paper story, okay? Yeah, John says, got to win twice to get a pair. There you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So I get it home, and I proceed a couple of days later. I go to put it on my in my bathroom, above the cabinet, wherever people put their toilet paper, And I go to open the package. I'm like, God, this toilet paper smells like really strong. Thank you for all the emojis. I love it. Walter he beat everybody, man. He blew it out of the water. He's got every emoji on the that's on Facebook right now. He has got it in the chat. Good job, everybody. Good job. Yes. So anyway, I got this, I got this toilet paper, and I'm like, what? And I opened it up. I'm like, why does it smell so strong? Well, make a long story short, it was lavender toilet paper. Okay. I didn't even know that they make lavender toilet paper. Seriously. I'm like, who buys that? Who buys that and wipes their butt with lavender toilet paper? Like, no way. No way. And so the problem too was I can't stand the smell anymore. It gave me a headache. So no, it wasn't used well. I opened it and I wasn't paying attention. And it said, when you grab, it's like, if I see toilet paper on sale, my favorite brand, right? I just grab it and throw it in the cart. I don't look to see if it's scented, like I'm buying Lysol wipes or something. So, yeah, Scuba, but who wants to sniff your tail? Right. Yeah, it is off. That would be awful. I hate I can't. I remember that Leslie and I went to the lavender farm a couple years ago out here, and it was beautiful, and they say the lavender is supposed to help you sleep, so I bought, just because I didn't know, and I bought a little thing of it. Well, cats can't have lavender, and I probably could have killed my cat, and because I had this lavender spray, whatever it was, and it did not help me sleep. It actually kept me awake. So I was so mad because I knew, cats can't have lavender. I looked it up and it says, yeah, now you know why it was on sale. Yeah, exactly, Munchkin. Yeah. And so I still have the receipt for it. I mean, come on now. I paid $6.99, right? And Angel Soft. It was Angel Soft toilet paper. Okay. Because, I mean, I like my toilet paper. I don't want to spend $1 million on Charmin. So it's like Angel Soft is just right in the middle of softness. It's not soft, but it's in the middle of softness. Yes. And if anybody just jumped on and be like, what are we talking about? We're talking about toilet paper, because toilet paper is a way of life. So I had the receipt and everything, and I was like, yeah, $6.99. I'm going to take it back. Right. And so I had it in my, I had it in the bag, in my Meyer bag, whatever. And the next time me and Leslie were out shopping, I went stand at return, went to the return customer service. And there's this lady on there, and little pudgy looking lady. I'm not being judgy, but this was pretty funny. And I knew, just looking at her, I was like, oh boy, here we go, Miss Congeniality. She reminded me of somebody out of Saturday Night Live, okay? All right? She had this look on her face, and she was very judging me. And I walk up, and I put the toilet paper. Munchkin, you probably would have handled it way different than me. So I put it on the, on the counter, and she's giving me the look. And I said, yeah. I said, I explained it. I said, I didn't realize when I bought the toilet paper that it was lavender, And you know what she said? She said, well, it says it right on the package. That's how she said it to me. Yeah. Oh, it says that, well, it says it right there on the package. That's how she said it. And I was like, you know what? I could have said, Shit happens. See, I said it. But I said, it happens. That's how I told her. I said, it happens, okay? That's how I told her. I mean, she was so rude. I just wanted to return my toilet paper. And she was just like, you know, she just gave me this look. And then I started talking to her about, you know, I said, I'm sure it happens, you know, people like when you buy shampoo. And then she finally kind of calmed down a little bit, you know, like then it was okay. So by the time I left, yeah, will fly. Linda coming out of her shell. Oh, if you only knew. British toilet paper used to be waxed paper on one side and sandpaper on the other almost. Oh, geez, cowboy. Boy, that's a vision if I ever seen one. Yeah, so she was, I just wanted my dang money, right? I mean, just give me my money. And yeah, she was so rude to me. I'm like, seriously? So that was my little stint with toilet paper. So I made sure when I grabbed my next package that I didn't, yeah, never knew toilet paper started World War III. Exactly. Well, that lady was so rude. I mean, as soon as I put it on the counter in the bag, and yes, it was open, and she just like give me this look, you know, this judgy look. It was Meyer. We have a Meyer out here, not Myers. See, in Arizona, when we talked about Michigan stores, we just say Myers, but it's not Myers. It's just Meyer. Store Meyer. So anyway, so I got money back and all that stuff. But now I know to pay attention when I buy these things, right? And John's giving us some history on toilet paper. And he said Turks used to use their finger and a nasty bowl of water in the 70s. Oh, yuck. Well, that's really a vision, right? Thanks. Yeah. Okay. All right, Cowboy John. All right, I'm going to move right along, okay? So that's my toilet paper story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Yeah, John does. He sure does. He'd be like, he's like the walking Google master, right? That's what you are, the walking Google master. Okay, did you all hear in the news, before I get into the new news, about they said not to wear PJs in the airport? And yeah, Scuba says, I'm sticking to it. That's right. That's a classic song, isn't it? That's a classic country song. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah. John, I'm about to have lunch. Just say Walter for Walter. That's right. It's afternoon where you're at, Walter. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Yeah, talking about they don't want to see people in PJs. And the reason that people go in there in their PJs, right? It's just easier to go through security, right? You know, walk in there in your hospital scrubs. Who cares, right? Yeah, let's make it, you know, adventurous or whatever. But who cares what you wear in the airport, you know? So I'm thinking people are going to start coming in and you know, just to. No, they don't want to, like when you go through the airport, you don't want to be wearing tons of jewelry and all that because you set the alarm off, right? So everybody, or belts and all that stuff. So everybody that, you know, they all just think about usually getting up at 4 a.m. to check that morning flight, or maybe nighttime to sit on the plane at night, you know, on the red eye, right? So unless you're being decent, you can wear PJs wherever you want. Yeah, exactly, Will Fly. Heck, I watch a lot of the Las Vegas stuff on YouTube, you know, like the guys, they go through the casinos and all that. And you hardly ever see anybody dressed up anymore, you know, unless sometimes you'll see a bunch of girls go by, you know, that maybe it's prom night or something like that. But yeah, it's really interesting. But yeah, the PJs in the airport, so crazy, right? So crazy. Let's see what else we got going here. Let's see. Greg Laney's in the house. Is he here? Is Greg Laney here? Because I can put him in my, I got to put him in the book. Did I miss it? Let me see. John Walter. Greg Laney. Hey, Greg Laney. Welcome. Have a seat. Grab what do I want to say? Grab a chair, grab a bean bag, sit by the fireplace, and I'll put you on the book here. There we go. See my happy book? Right. All right. So we're going to keep it going here because we got a lot to talk about. And I got to watch my Lions after the show. Lions beat the Cowboys tonight. So did y'all hear about the Campbell's soup? About Campbell's soup? The chunky Campbell's soup? Chicken chunky Campbell's soup? Can you say that fast 3 times? That they said that it was what they say they making it 3D? Is that what they called it? That's not really it's not really chicken. So I wonder if that was just a hoax, and maybe the guy, because it was an employee that did that, that said that the chicken was fake in the soup. But it kind of made you think, do I really want? I've got Campbell's chicken soup in my cupboard, my pantry, whatever you want to call it, of the chunky soup, and I like it, So I haven't heard anything else. I don't know if you guys heard anything. Oh yeah, I got that. A Scuba says he was talking about the drunk raccoon. Yes. I got it. That story right here. I got it in my other news to me. So I will go through. I will tell you that story as soon as I get to it. So then here's another one. We've got a rare alligator named Claude, albino alligator named Claude, who was beloved by fans around the world, died Tuesday, according to the California Academy of Sciences in San Francisco. He was 30 years old, this alligator. So sad. Greg Laney says, soup is dangerous. Last time I had alphabet soup, it spelled disaster. Oh, good Lord. You're so funny. Greg cracks me up. He always has some good, he always has some good ha-has. Hey, Greg, put your favorite Christmas emoji in the chat. All right. Everybody got to throw a Christmas emoji in there. So throw one in there, Greg, a Christmas, because we're talking everything holiday kind of this for the month of December. I know Christmas Day is on a Thursday. So obviously there's not going to be no show on Thursday. So then I probably won't see y'all till next year, right? Maybe New Year's Day night I might do a show. We'll see. But yeah, so I think I've got 3 shows this month, and then no show on Christmas, obviously. So anyway, yeah, so the alligator, and they said, okay, so without cheating, whatever, don't Google it. What do you think the lifespan of a alligator is in the wild? What do you think the lifespan is of an alligator? Thank you for the Christmas tree, Greg Laney. And Cowboy John put a Christmas tree. And we have a Christmas and we have a package. Yes. I love this. Thank you. I'm trying to keep everybody in the spirit. And looks like Fire Bill has a peace sign. And Will Fly said 8 years. Oh, no, way longer than that. Interesting facts here. Okay, Walter's the closest. Walter said 35 years. And Greg Lane says about 20 seconds after Will Fly spots it. And let's see, Cowboy John said 30 seconds after I see it. Will Fly says 18 years. Actually, the lifespan in the wild is 30 to 50 years. Yeah, the alligator, 30 to 50 years. But much longer if they're in captivity, then it's 70 years. Isn't that interesting? That's so crazy. Scuba says, looks like 30 years according to that alligator. Yeah. Yep. Well, that one was 30 years old. Yeah. When he died or whatever. Claude. His name was Claude. So we'll have a moment of silence for Claude the alligator. So sad. So sad. Yeah, sure wish dogs lasted that long. Me too. That's what Will Fly said. Yes. Looks like, let's see, I'm trying to find, okay, so Greg says, looks like Cowboy John and I are thinking along the same wavelength. Yes. So yeah, now here's an interesting story too. All right, this is kind of cool. This is like creepy. This creeped me out. All right. Here's the caption. A 95-year-old woman in China was found unresponsive in bed and presumed dead from a head injury, right? So following a local custom, she was placed in a coffin in her home for several days of viewing. Oh, yay. The day before her planned funeral, neighbors found the coffin empty and discovered her in the kitchen cooking a meal. And doctors later suggested she was in a state of suspended animation, and local tradition of delaying burial saved her life. Yeah, Walter's a silent moment. Yeah. Can you imagine? So they thought she was dead? Well, good thing they didn't close the coffin, right? Because then she would have suffocated. But they kept the coffin open. I can't imagine, like, can you imagine, like, waking up like that and going, man, I'm hungry. I got to get out of this thing here. What is going on here, right? Oh my gosh. Or can you imagine if she was still laying there and then they had the funeral and everybody come over, and then when she would jump up and say, hey, let's eat. People would have had a heart attack. So she got up and cooked without saying, why the hell was I in a coffin? Pretty much. Yeah. Use your imagination here, everybody. Use your imagination. No doubt. 95 years old. Oh my gosh. Yeah. She just, I don't know. But, and I copied this story down because my sis Judy told me about it. And I'm like, oh, that's a good story to put on my show. So, yeah, it'd be worse waking up in the morgue. Yeah, that would be, Walter. Yeah. So, that's crazy, right? That is so crazy. You guys, I'm like super stoked. And Greg Laney, he just joined the show. So Greg Laney, we're going to give away a pair of Christmas socks tonight. Okay. And if you don't want Christmas socks, I have a whole ton load of socks I can give away. So I'm going to give away a pair of socks tonight. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I've got, let's see. Okay, this is stuff for towards the end. I got all my notes. We already did we already said 77 show tonight. So we're going to put that over there, right? Okay, now we're going to get into new news to me. Remember how I did it? I always go like, whoop, I don't want to drop everything. Ready? New news to me. How's that? Okay. Do I sound like one of those news people, news bulletin? Walter says, Christmas socks. Yeah. Yeah. Aren't they cute? They're cool, cool Christmas socks. I only bought a couple pairs because I have a few weeks ago, whatever. But I would love to give away those Betty Boop socks because they're kind of Christmassy because they're red, right? And it is National Socks Day. So pretty excited. Anyway, anywho, we're going to do news to me. All right, here we go. A New Zealand man was accused of eating $19,000 of Fabergé egg pennant inspired by the James Bond movie. Police say in New Zealand, a man allegedly tried to smuggle a $33,000 New Zealand dollar pennant out of a jewelry store by swallowing it. How in the heck? No way. Oh, God, Greg Laney said that really sucks. Sakatumi. Remember laughing? Sakatumi laughing. Sakatumi. Remember? And they used to have like t-shirts. They made t-shirts out of that and bumper stickers. And y'all remember that? Sakatumi? I don't even know what year Laughing came out. In the 60s? Probably in the 60s. Goldie Hawn. And what was the other one? She would sit in the big chair. What was her name? Yeah, if I showed a $2 bill to a teenager, they would think it's fake. Oh, yeah. Speaking of, yeah, exactly. I remember those $2 bills, too. I think I might still have mine. Speaking of kids, I'm jumping off here on the subject here for a second, but this just came out, and I don't know if Walter heard about it because Walter's from Australia. John said 68. They are Australia as of Monday. They are they're banning any kids under 16 years old from having social media. So they're not allowed to use Facebook. I don't know how that's going to fly because these kids are going to, they're pretty smart. Nixon said, "Sock it to me on TV." That's right. Yeah, Cowboy John said, yeah. Greg Lane says, "I Venmo my kids a $2 bill." Yeah, I don't even know if the collectors remember growing up, we get for Christmas from my grandpa, like the silver dollars, right? They call them silver dollars, or 50-cent pieces, right? The 50-cent pieces. I think I still have mine somewhere. Yeah, they don't even make those anymore, I'm sure. Fire Bill says Smothers Brothers. And what was the gal on Laughing? They would sit in the big chair. What was her name? Lily Tomlin, remember? She would sit in that big chair and she talked like she had a cold. She always talked like this, like she had a cold. I forgot how some of the stuff she used to do. But Greg Lane says, "I was going to say 6 to 7, but John said he's probably right. But John is right." So they're banning kids in Australia from using social media under 16 years old. So I don't know. We'll see how that's gonna work, right? They said 2 15-year-old boys taking government to court. Oh, already? Interesting. Thank you, Walter, for that fact. Wow. Yeah, it's just the beginning, right? That's crazy. I just saw that on TV today. I was like, oh my gosh, that is crazy. I wonder how many other, states are going to start that. Yeah, it does. It does. Sadly, the chat GPT is very popular with the kids. And sadly, there was a story where the kids, friended the chat GPT and asked them questions about relationships and all that. Or maybe they were getting bullying and they would talk to chat, like they're a person, right? They're a friend, like they had nobody else to turn to. And this chat one time this kid got on the chat and this chat gave him some advice, like, well, maybe you should just kill yourself or something like that. And he really took that to heart, and he did. He committed suicide. Very sad. And I'm sure there's more stories out there about that. But yeah, it is killing our kids. It is. Very sad. So, okay. So anyway, the next one, now we're going to talk about the raccoon. Yes, the drunk raccoon, Scooby-Doo. One Virginia liquor store had an unusual patron over the weekend. An inebriated raccoon was found passed out in the bathroom. Apparently, the raccoon broke into the store, ransacked the shelves, and drank multiple types of alcohol. Yes. Yes, Walter watches lots of kids committing suicide. Yes, it's very sad. It's very sad. So let's see. And he was taken back to the shelter to sober up and then released back into the wild only after a few hours of sleep. And probably, he had to go to raccoons AA class, the Alcohol Anonymous classes and stuff for raccoons, right? Can you imagine? With his drinking problem. And I thought that was a cute story. Oh, that was really cute. Let's see. Cowboy John says an airplane knocked down our only TV station's tower in 1967. So I didn't see Laughing until 1968. TV in 1967. Okay. So I was born in 1955. So yeah. Wow. I remember, I know it was black. My TV was in black and white. If it was, we had a color TV. When did the color TVs come out? Let's do a little trivia real quick. Because I remember when we first got our first console TV, a color TV. It was really exciting. but I can't remember what year color TVs came out. Somebody can Google it if you want and tell me. John, you would know. John would know. Walter says 70, the color TVs. No, they didn't come out in 1970. No, it had been before that, it seems like. Yeah, it seems like it was before that. So we're going to go on to the next one. A 500-pound bear was discovered living in a crawl space under a California man's home in Altadena Mountain. Can you imagine? And I watched the video of it, and the bear, to this day, I think the bear is still underneath the house in that crawl space. Johnson, not in Australia. Walter says moon landing, B and W. So yeah, a 500-pound bear was living in a crawl space at somebody's house. I can't imagine. It would be kind of terrifying, right, to hear that bear, because people were trying to coax him to get him out of his crawl space, and he's like, I'm staying here for the winter, and at any time they tried to get close to the crawl space, he would, the bear would growl or whatever they do, and kind of scare everybody. So I don't know. It'd be interesting how they coax him out of there, right? Because it's a little crawl space. But he made his home there. He made his home. So B and W for what is B and W? Moon landing B and W. I don't know what B and W is. Okay, so we're going to keep going here. A hotel in England created a 25-foot Christmas tree using 100,000 balloons. The balloon Christmas tree installed outside the Moor Hall Hotel and Spa in Sutton Coldfield, Birmingham, and consists of 100,000 balloons and transparent dome to protect the trees and parts from popping or blowing away. Pretty neat, right? I saw the picture of it. It was really pretty. So it looks like they lit up the tree, the Christmas tree last night in New York City. I watched that last night. Most people means black and white, Scuba says. Read those two together. Yes, correct, Scooby, Walter said. Yes. So I bet that tree is really pretty. So who all has their Christmas tree up now? Y'all got your Christmas tree up? I can't say I do. I could put a fake one up or whatever. But I have to say, like my laptop, I got my laptop for Christmas, right? In 2022? 2022? Because 2021, Ryan bought me my desk chair for Christmas. So it had been 2022 is when I got my laptop. Maybe it was 23. Maybe it was 20. Yeah, maybe it was 23 because we were still doing, remember I was still in black and white and using, the black and white laptop. Yes, Scuba. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. Greg Laney said it's in the family room, but not decorated. Bill said his tree is in the living room in a box. Well, that's a good place for it. Okay. My mom always put the tree. When I was growing up, we always had live trees. We never had fake trees. We had live trees. And remember a neighbor across the street. I thought it was fascinating because the neighbor across the street always had a fake tree and it was silver. And she had one of those, what do you call it? It almost looked like a spinning wheel, right? And then you plug it in or whatever, and that wheel would go around and it would make the tree all different colors. And Walter says, Will, your tree is up for life. Yes. Yeah, I can't have no Christmas tree up. Not with my cat. But when I was growing up, like I said, we always went to the nursery and got a live tree, picked out a live tree. And then my dad would keep the live tree in the garage for a couple days because, when you get it, you have to let it breathe, right? So you put it in the garage and just let it, so it opened up. And then a couple days later, whatever, then my dad would drag it out of the garage around the front of the house and the front door, not the side door, because if he brought in the side, yeah, the color wheel. Thank you, Scuba. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, the color wheel. Yeah, she had a color. I look out the window and see that color wheel going in the window. Because, everybody had the big picture windows in their house, right? Because I grew up in the suburbs, whatever. And so I could, our tree was right in the window. And we always had like 8-foot trees, 8 or 9 foot, the tree easily, right? And so my dad would drag it from the garage all the way around to the front of the house, because my mom would not let him bring it in through the side door, because we would have those pine cones, right, everywhere. So John said his tree is in the attic. And so, so he'd bring it through the front door, and I can still smell I close my eyes, kind of imagine, I can still smell like the tree, the pine smell, which I love. The tree smells, right? I love that. And I remember working at Home Depot, and I worked in the garden center, and people would come in to pay for their trees or whatever, and I could stick my head out the door or whatever, at the garden center, and I could smell the trees, Christmas trees, at the Christmas tree lot, and they always smelled so good. And because in Arizona, I always had a fake tree, because they dry out, so quickly in Arizona, and it's a fire hazard too. So I always had just I had a fake tree or whatever. But I remember when the boys were little, I'm telling a little Christmas story here. I remember when the boys were little, I made some, I bought some coffee mugs, right? And I put some cookies in them, and I put hot chocolate packets in it, and then some candy kisses, and I wrapped up in cellophane or whatever, tissue paper, to give out to my neighbors, right? Every year I would give them a new coffee mug. And I did that for quite a few years. I just loved it. And the neighbors loved it too, because they didn't expect it. I have a little Christmas card in the coffee mug. Go to the dollar store or whatever, and you buy a little Christmas coffee mug and all that. And anyway, I don't know what I was thinking, but I had my doggie at the time, and he was part setter. He was all black. He was beautiful, and my rescue or whatever. But anyway, I don't know what I was thinking, but I took all the coffee mugs with the tissue paper and the cookies and all that stuff, and I put them all underneath the tree. I just put them all down underneath the tree. So in the morning, Christmas Day or whatever, I could go and give it out to the neighbors. Well, when I got up in the morning, and guess what? My dog got into all the coffee mugs and ate all the cookies. He never, he never bothered the chocolate packets, those cocoa hot chocolate packets, but he did eat the cookies. And I had tissue paper all over the living room, and all I could do was laugh, right, and redo everything that day. So I forgot to ask, how was everybody's Thanksgiving? I didn't even ask. I'm so rude. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? What'd you have? Turkey, ham? What did everybody have for Thanksgiving? I should have asked that at the beginning of the show, but I didn't. But anybody that's listening, my watchers, my lurkers, and all that stuff, come on in. I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse, and I'm here every Thursday night, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit that like button, peeps. Get that like button on fire, man. And stop by and jump in the chat. Say hi. Love to have you. We love to have. There's plenty of room in the treehouse. We love our treehouse, don't we? Let's see. John says, I do, Bill. Used to melt them for sinkers. The sickles, icicles. Okay, I'm watching the chat here. Okay, my tree is in the attic. That's what John said. And anyone? Yeah, I remember the lead icicles. Yes, our tree was loaded with that when I was growing up. So my son took me and my Me and my daughter-in-law, his wifey, we all went out to dinner. Really nice restaurant, nice 5-star restaurant for Thanksgiving. It was really nice, really nice. Had a really good day. Watched my Lions lose, and what are you going to do, right? So anyway, so now we're going to go on to another news to me, and you can put in there in the chat what you had for Thanksgiving and how your Thanksgiving was, what you did. You go see family? Did you barbecue? Tell me what you did. 30K Pokemon card trade-in, a trade-in game. A customer in Texas set a record for the most valuable single trade-in ever recorded by trading in a Ginger Pokemon card for $30,494.70 in store credit. Can you imagine? Oh, they're winning now? Cool. That's cool. Yeah, Pokemon. You all know Pokemon, right? Yeah, go Lions. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so the Pokemon card, he traded in and he got $30,494.70 in store credit. So, do they still have Pokemon stores around? I don't know. I was never into them. Maybe my kids were or whatever, but I don't remember. Yeah, the Pokemon. If everybody played Pokemon or whatever. So here's some. This is crazy. Let's see. Flyer Bill says we went to local family and had ham and turkey. Very nice. Thanksgiving is for family. I like that. Yeah, I had to get leftovers. They gave me so much food. They give you so much food. But it was nice. Yeah, I always have, me. I eat like a bird. But yeah. So like I said, I decided to get festive tonight and wear my favorite Santa hat. And I'm glad I kept all my Santa hats. I have like 5 or 6 different ones because they're made so cheap now. And the ones I have that I bought years ago, you can tell the quality, like this hat here, the quality, it actually stays on my head. And the quality is nice. See, and it's all sparkly too. Got the little sparkles, everybody can see my sparkles. It sparkles. So yeah, it's very comfortable too. So it's like my favorite Santa hat. So I'm going to be wearing this all through December. And then next month I'll get back in my cowboy hat. And yeah, the National Finals Rodeo is in Vegas right now. So pretty cool deal there. Will Fly said, Linda, truck us about the fancy restaurant you ate at for Thanksgiving. Oh, it was good. It was a turkey dinner with lemonade because I don't drink, so I had lemonade. No, it had everything. It had the yams, which I love, and it had the green bean casserole, a green bean casserole, and then had the cranberries and the turkey and what else? Mashed potatoes. And then after they had a cute little dessert they brought to your table. It was very nice. The restaurant was really nice. It was right off the water. But of course, the wintertime, it's not as pretty as in the summer. But very nice. We had a really nice dinner. I really enjoyed it. Ryan's the best. And Robert is too, I love both my boys. I'm very blessed mama. So, all right. So we're gonna move along here because we're gonna talk about Elvis tonight too. Little trivia on Elvis. Yeah. Molly's now she's standing up, so I'm not in an earthquake. She's just kind of stretching right now. So she's kind of I gave her a little treat so she'd stay calm for most of the show, right? A driver in North Carolina told emergency responders that a bald eagle dropped a cat carcass through her windshield. And I saw the video of this. How terrifying. And it happened at 8:15 in the morning, thank God, on U.S. Route 74. Is it route or route? See, here I go. Route. They say route. 74 in Swain County. No one was injured. That lady had to be got glass all over her. You can't tell me she wasn't injured. Scuba says that was Will. Can you imagine the cat that, oh my gosh. Yeah, the bald eagle dropped that cat on the windshield. Hopefully she was at a standstill, not driving, because that could have killed her, right? The cat was injured. No, the cat was dead. The cat was dead. Yeah. Yeah, it's a true story, I guess. Yeah, the eagle dropped the cat carcass and landed right on her windshield. So she must have lived out in the outskirts or something, wherever she lived, right? For that to happen. Oh my gosh. Okay, now this is a really cute story. This is kind of has to do with Elvis, okay? And we love Elvis. Everybody likes Elvis, right? As I take a quick drink, and then I'm going to write the names on the spinny winnie wheel winnie things, okay? So good. So, Elvis impersonator. There was a judge had to step down in Missouri. He was a Missouri judge, was known to wearing an Elvis Presley's wig in his courtroom and playing the singer's music during court proceedings. Agreed to a deal that will end his judicial career. Discipline of judges found his actions violated judicial ethics and failed to maintain courtroom decorum. So he then resigned, and the judge then resigned. And do you think he was singing Jailhouse Rock? Yeah, yeah. Walt, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. Yeah. Cat was tender now. Oh gosh. Poor cat. Yeah, yeah. I wonder if he was singing Jailhouse Rock, and then he probably went to probably ended up packed it up and went to Vegas, right? Maybe make more money, be an Elvis impersonator instead of working in the courthouse, right? I thought that was really funny. Yep, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. Everybody loves Elvis. So Elvis, hunk of burning love. Yeah, he was something else, I tell you. Yeah, that guy, he would have been like, let's see. Well, that's in the last part, so how old he was. But yeah, so I did a little research on Elvis. And do you know what some of the Elvis sayings, like he used to say, his famous sayings? Do you guys remember anything? I don't. I mean, because I think I was only like, as I'm belching, I think I was only like 10 years old when Elvis was on Ed Sullivan, right? I'm sure he was on the Ed Sullivan show. That's old. That's an old one. He used to say, ambition is a dream with a V8 engine. He said, I don't know anything about music. In my line, you don't have to. And truth is like the sun. And he said, you can shout it out for a time, but it ain't going away. So shut it up. Yeah, you can shut it out for a time, but ain't going away. And he also said, I'm not trying to be sexy. It's just my way of expressing myself when I move around, and famously ended many concerts. So, yeah, there'll never be another Elvis, there'll never be another Elvis. And his last words were, they were saying, because he was engaged to somebody, right? And his last words were, I'm going to the bathroom to get ready. And that was the last thing he said. So he passed away August 16, 1977. And he would have been 90 years old today. And his birthday It's January 8th, 1935. So he's got a birthday coming up next month. Elvis. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, Elvis. Wow. So I thought I had to share some of that little trivia stuff, right? I still got more here, Elvis. I thought this was really fun to talk about Elvis. Does anybody know what the first Walter said, love my mama. I love you too, Walter Sugar. You're the best. So we have some Elvis trivia. What was the first band where Elvis was born? Okay, where was Elvis born? You know? Will Fly said, thank you very much. Yes, he did say that, Will. Yeah, put in there what it was some of the sayings Elvis used to say, right? I can't help falling in love with you. Take my hand. Look, everybody's gonna, yeah, that's right. There we go. To Tupelo, Mississippi. Tupelo. Yeah, Tupelo, Mississippi. Tupelo. That's where he was born. The first band, the name of his band was, and I didn't know this, was Blue Moon Boys. The band that he was in was Blue Moon Boys. We'll have to talk about maybe the Beatles next time, huh? That'd be fun. Trivia, like Beatle trivia. Tupelo. Okay, thank you, Will. Do you know what Elvis's middle name was? Anybody know? I didn't know this either. We just knew he was Elvis. Do you know what Elvis's middle name was? Anybody? Anybody guess? Anybody? Elvis? Hey, good job. Yes. Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill said Aaron. Yes. Wow, that's awesome. Yep, that's what it was. Aaron. Yep. That was his middle name. What was the name of his personal entourage? Do you remember what his personal entourage name was? Anybody remember? I didn't know this either. See? Memphis Mafia. That's cool, huh? The Memphis Mafia. I love that. Wait, Greg Lang says Tupelo. That way we have all three spellings covered. That's right. Walter says TLC. TLC. I loved him in Substitute Teacher skit. Elvis is awesome. Yeah. So Memphis Mafia. What was Elvis's biggest fear? What do you think Elvis's biggest fear was? Anybody know in the chat what his biggest fear was? So this one should be pretty easy. Should be pretty easy. Put in there what you think. Flying? Nope. Nope, not flying. Spiders? Scuba says spiders? Nope. Nope. You'll be surprised at his answer. You'll be surprised, but you won't be surprised. Dying on the toilet? Yeah. Yeah. I guess he died in the bathroom, right? Yeah, he died in the bathroom. So sad. Dying? Nope. He was afraid of losing his voice. He was afraid of losing his voice. Yeah. Can you imagine? Yeah, he was afraid of losing his voice. It said, okay, so what color was Elvis's Cadillac originally before it became pink? What was the color of his Cadillac before it became pink? Anybody know the color of his Cadillac? That guy, what a legacy he left, right? He looked, I remember I watched, did you all see his last concert? Scuba says Randy Travis and Celine Dion know about losing voice. Yeah. Sad. Very sad. Walter says white. Nope. It was blue. It was blue. His Cadillac was blue. That's what it says. Do you all know what his first single was? His very first single. The very first single. Do you know what it was? You can play it tonight, Elvis tunes. I've been to Graceland, Bill said. That's cool. Yeah, wow. I mean, the famous karaoke song, Can't Help Falling in Love, right? That's the famous one. And then the other one was In the Ghetto, right? Yep, Love Me Tender. That's such a cool song. Yeah, In the Ghetto. That was a very popular song in karaoke too. In the Ghetto, yes. So Elvis's, let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, his first single was That's All Right. That was his first single. And then the gold, when you had the gold one, it was Heartbreak Hotel. So pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. Yeah. I remember I did watch, I remember sitting upstairs with my grandma and I watched Elvis on TV, on her TV upstairs. And I remember watching his last concert. Yeah. And he was big. He got really overweight and everything, huh? And he was sweating. I remember he was singing that. What was the song that he sang? His last song. What was the name of the song when he sang at those concerts? John said, I've had my 1-year-old daughter all week, forgot what that was all about. She's watching. Oh, how cute. What's her name? What's your granddaughter's name? I have to say hi to her. That's so sweet. I love that. I love that. I know I need to get to California and see my I'm a great grandma, so I need to see my 2 grandbabies, my 2 what do I want to say? My 2 grandchildren. I forgot their names. I'm terrible. Amara and Alia, I think. Yes. So they're very sweet. Nora, she ain't sweet. Hi, Nora. Hi. I have to say hi. Hi, Nora. Let's see. It was a sham to see him that way at the last concert, Walter said. Yeah. What was it? I Can't Help Falling in Love with You? Was that his very last song? What was it? You'll Never Walk Alone or something? What was it? Everybody was crying. His very last song. I got chills now just thinking of it. I'm trying to think what it was, the last song that he sang. Very sad. But yeah, and then this famous saying was, before Elvis, there was nothing. John Lennon. That's a quote from John Lennon. He said, before Elvis, there was nothing. So I think Elvis, I think, inspired John Lennon, right? I think that's pretty cool. I'm still doing Elvis. I hope that I'm not boring you guys. I didn't realize, yeah, Unchained Melody, yes. Oh, I love that. That's such a pretty song. Elvis got his first name from his father, and his Elvis's father's name was Vernon Elvis Presley, and his middle name was Aaron, and was likely a nod to the stillborn twin. And Elvis had a stillborn twin, Jesse Garan Presley. I didn't know that either. Unchained Melody was his last song. Oh, my love, my darling. I love that song. I hunger for your touch. That's cool. So, so that's enough of the Elvis trivia. I wrote for hours yesterday, and maybe I went a little too crazy here, but because it's, we're talking Christmas. Every week we'll talk about like a Christmas toy, right? And so when I was making all my notes, I saw the Barbie doll. And so I started looking into when the Barbie doll was invented, right? Because because we're on Christmas, we're getting into Christmas this month. So it'd be fun to talk about toys that you grew up with, right? And at Christmas time. So, or that you get for Christmas. And it says the Ionic Barbie doll. And I know my girls out there all had Barbie dolls. The Ionic Barbie doll was created in 1959 by Ruth Handler, who named the figure after her own daughter, Barbara. And meanwhile, this is cool. Meanwhile, Ruth's husband, Elliot Handler, was simultaneously working on another revolutionary line he invented globally, recognized, and the guys would all know this, Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels. Yeah. So he invented, so he was working on the Hot Wheels while Ruth was working on getting the Barbie dolls, right? Getting the Barbie doll. Walter says, Chrysler broke his heart, my belief as to what killed him. Oh, Presley, yes. Maybe. Yeah, it's sad. Nobody will ever know, right? So he said he invented the globally recognized Hot Wheels brand of die-cast cars and launched it into May of 1968, fundamentally changing how children and collectors around the world played with miniature vehicles. So my brothers always had Hot Wheels, right? So it says, together, the Handlers couple profoundly shaped the childhoods across the globe in two very different ways. So you had the Barbie doll and the Hot Wheels, right? We all grew up with Hot Wheels. My brothers had the Hot Wheels and buy the whole set, right, with the track and everything. Barbie opened up ambitious imagination, role playing for the girls, while Hot Wheels delivered speed, style, and big dreams for the boys, right? And Elliot Handler was co-founder of Mattel. That's pretty cool, huh? Barbara's inspiration was a German doll named Lily, which she saw while traveling to Germany. So that's kind of the story of the Barbie doll. I think it was the peanut butter and banana sandwich that did him in. Something, right? Yeah, Elvis. Yeah, that was very sad, the way he died. He did not look good at all. And I think he knew that was his last concert, right? I think he knew. Maybe he was on drugs and stuff, So that is my, that's my trivia, the trivia of Elvis tonight, right? We talked Elvis, Barbie dolls, we talked raccoons, we talked cats flying through the windshield, dead cats flying through the windshield. We talked the lady in the casket. I thought I kept quite a variety of stories tonight. I thought I did really good. So I got to pat myself on the back because I don't have a printer like I can print out all this stuff, So I literally have to Google and write everything down. And it takes me all day, but I do it for you guys. So the word of the night is, because we're going to wrap this up pretty soon. And I want to thank you all for being here tonight. And I'll give a shout out to my chatters, right? So we have Bill H., we have Scooby-Doo, Munchkin, Cowboy John, Walter, Will Fly, Greg Laney in the house tonight. My little my fam bam. I call my fam bams, yes, in the house tonight. So tonight, the word that we were going to talk about is anticipation, right? So tell me what you are anticipating tonight. I mean, for the month of December, right? Okay, it says here, all right, raise your hand in the chat if December gives you that Christmas Eve energy 24/7. So the whole month, we're going to do the spinning wheel. So the whole month of December, I'm going to pick out one word, and it's going to have something to do with the holidays or whatever. So, so raise your hand in the chat if it gives you that Christmas Eve energy 24/7. And because tonight we're celebrating anticipation, so tonight Scuba says gives me an empty bank account. True. Walter says I will win sex. So what are you anticipating the most in December? Because that's the word of the night, anticipation. Is it seeing family, first snowfall, New Year's kiss, or time off of work? What is your favorite? What do you look forward to in December around Christmas time? You can put in the chat. Because I thought that was kind of cool. My anticipation, yes. I'm just happy to wake up every morning, at 7 years old. I'm just happy to, be able to get up every morning. Stock rally first 2 weeks. Stock rally, there you go. What is snowfall? Yeah, you got to come to Michigan. I'll tell you what snowfall is. It's insane. It's so pretty, but boy, oh boy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's cold too. It's cold. Molly, she's jumping down now. So I'm just excited for the whole month. I'm blessed to have my health, to have my family nearby. I'm not living clear across 70 states, I call it. Sitting in Arizona by myself. I've got all my family here. I got my family downstate. And, of course, I got Robert in California and all that. But it's nice. It's a nice feeling. I love it up here. I love my life. And, I get cabin fever. So, but that's normal and that's why this show is really good for me on Thursdays. Do this on Thursdays or whatever. So the New Year's kiss and can happen. And I don't for about time off of work since I retired. So Bill says you got us. That's right. I have my pair of peeps. Yes, I have my family right here, and I love y'all so much. I care about every one of you. I couldn't do the show without you. You guys have been so faithful, just being here every Thursday night. JD, and I have to say kudos to JD and Scooby-Doo. You guys you helped me get this thing started, this whole live stream thing started, right? When I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and helped me with a lot of details. And I'm forever, ever grateful, So this is my 77th show tonight. So put some sevens in the chat. Put some sevens in the chat. Celebrate. 77th show. That's sounds like good luck, right? So on a scale of calm snowflake, I love this, to a kid on Christmas Eve, how high is your anticipation level tonight from 1 to 10? And Scuba said 7. Walter says, I'm now great uncle again to a boy, Sebastian. So Christmas will be around him and family. Good for you. Good. I love that. Yeah, I want to see those sevens because show's 77, right? Yep. So on how high is your level then from 1 to 10 right now for anticipating? Will says 4. I would say mine's a 10. I'm just anticipating being healthy for Christmas, right? Every year I've been blessed, and I go to my son's. We always have a nice dinner and eat, watch football or whatever, and just be with family and everything. So, John leaving? We can start the spinning wheel. Let me write the names down. So, because I'm losing my voice here. So the new game, let's see, what are you What's something you're anticipating that isn't holiday related at all? Playing a new game, getting a haircut, or a new package arriving. Mine would be, good night, John Boy. Thank you. Thank you for coming tonight. I appreciate you. I'm going to write the names on the spinning wheel so we can get this spin in here and get the show on so I can watch my Lions play and everything. And just everybody that's watching, lurkers and chatters and all that stuff, who's ever watching. I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse, and I am here every Thursday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hit that like button and hit the notification and subscribe. It's really easy. It's really easy. And thank you, subscribers out there. I appreciate everybody. Like I said, I say this every week. I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate my viewers that are watching and all the people that have subscribed to my show. I'm forever thankful. And those maybe are not in the chat, but are watching the show. I see you. Okay, I see you. I love you very much. So, all right, let's get cruising here. I gotta write the names on the spinny so we can get this going, okay? So we won't put John on here because he left the building. So I should have done this earlier, but let's see. So we got Bill. Okay, Bill H is still here. We got Scooby. All right. Munchkin. Okay. Then we got Walter. Greg. I'm kind of spacing these out here. Got Greg Laney. We got Will Fly. We can't get Will Fly. And did I put Walter on here? Yes. So we should have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on here. Well, gotta drop everything on live TV. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got Greg, Will, Bill, Scooby, Munchkin, and Walter, right? Did I get everybody? Yes? Okay. I don't want to forget anybody. I think I wrote Scooby-Doo on here. Did I write Scooby? Yep, there's Scooby. Oh, I got to put Munchkin. Where's Munchkin? Munchkin's right here. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's spin away, everybody. This is live TV. I am by no means professional. I try to be professional. If I win, Scuba has to help decorate the tree. I love that. All right. So somebody's going to win some Christmas socks tonight. All right. So let's get the party started here because it's getting late. I kind of spread the names out. I thought it'd be fun that way. Get more spins maybe. Walter says, thank you, Bill, family. Yes, you all are awesome. All right. Are we ready? Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to spin it. Let me make sure. Greg Laney, you are the winner, chicken dinner. Greg Laney won tonight. Congratulations, Greg Laney. Did you all see? You saw the spinny? Woohoo! Greg won. All right. Congratulations. Winner, chicken dinner. So put in the chat. Do you want you want Christmas socks or do you want just a regular pair of socks? You gotta tell me. And next week I'll give another pair of Christmas socks. But Greg, you can let me know. Do you want these, a pair of Christmas socks? Which Christmas socks do you want? Or do you want Scuba and Munchkin donated a whole bunch of socks. So I'll show them really quick, okay? Maybe you can decide if you don't want the Christmas socks. We have Top Ramen socks. Really cute, Greg. Okay. I'll go through these, and we have like different styles, right? Top Ramen, kind of cute. Hold it in front of the camera. We have the Fun Onions. All right, Fun Onion socks. Kind of cute, right? We've got Heinz. These are like so cool. We got Heinz socks. We got, what are these? These are, what are these socks called? Oh, Nickelodeon socks. So we got these Nickelodeons. And we've got Good Burger socks. Very cute. So what would you like? We're going to go Christmas socks, but those look good too. I know it's a lot to decide. So you can have one of the variety ones. Scuba says Ricky Modern Life. Rocco, yes. And then these are the ones that I got when I went to the store. We have ding dongs. We have ding dongs. And what else? Yeah, these are some that I bought the last time I was at the dollar store. Betty Boop. Some more Airhead socks. We got more Airhead socks. These are kind of cool, Greg. And we've got some Hot Tamale socks. So I know I'm going to save these. Munchkin, I know Munchkin would love these. The Betty Boop socks. Those are kind of a girl thing or whatever. So what would you like? There's so many. I still have like the socks that, this one here is Fast and Furious. Really cool. So what do you think, Greg? What would you like? What socks do you want? You guys let me know. Let me know. Do you want the Airhead socks? You said Christmas socks? Okay. All right. Okay. We can do that. Thank you, Scuba. Does it matter which ones? We got, looks like candy, and then we got the candy cane ones. So, Greg Lane says, I love the ding dongs, but he said, I'll stick with the holiday, with the Christmas socks due to the holiday. The multi-color Christmas socks? Okay, so you want these, right? Okay. Okay, cool. I will get those out to you. Congratulations, Greg Laney, winner, chicken dinner. So next week, next week I'll be giving away every week. The whole month of December, I'll be giving, oh, you want the candy cane ones? Okay, gotcha. All right. Candy cane ones it is, Greg Laney. Congratulations. I love giving stuff away. Yes. Munchkin says, Greg Laney sings songs. Yes. Greg Laney says, please and thank you. Actually do the candy cane ones. Yes. See, these are the candy canes. So Greg wants a candy cane Christmas socks. Congratulations. Thank you so much, my chatters. I so appreciate everything. And Munchkin likes the ding dongs. He's like, ding dongs. I love ding dongs. Will Floss said, thanks for the show, Linda. Thank you, everybody. Put a Christmas thing in the comment, in the chat, a nice little Christmas emoji for me. Because, we're going to celebrate Christmas all month, right? The holiday, all that stuff. Because we have so much to be thankful for. And I'm thankful for everybody. On the show tonight, I love my spinny wheel. My son Ryan and Leslie bought that for me. And I've had nothing but fun with it. So, so we'll be back here next week. And don't forget tomorrow night, Scuba Vapes, hanging out with Scooby's Hangout. Okay, don't forget tomorrow night. Make sure y'all join his show at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. And then we have Tuesday night hangout with Shane, Will Fly, and Nick J. So make sure you check out their show on Tuesdays. We always have fun. I'll meet and greet, getting on there and all that stuff. And thank you. Walter says, great show. Congrats on show 77. It's show 77. Yeah. A good thing YouTube keeps track of that for me, right? Because I would definitely lose track or whatever. But every week is fun. Like I said, we're gonna focus on the whole month of December, and I'm gonna pick out one word that has to do with holiday or whatever, and we'll just go with that every week, just like we do. And I do my news and everything else. And don't forget to come back on Thursday nights, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. I'm on YouTube under Paramount USA, or you go Lindy's house, Lindy's Treehouse, and I'll see you all back here next Thursday. Otherwise, I'll be on I'll jump in the chat tomorrow night on Scuba's Hangout with his lovely wifey Munchkin. I love it. So anyway, I'm gonna Scooby-Doo out of here. Scooby-Doo. I love that cartoon. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Remember, they're always looking for Scooby-Doo. I'm going to boot, scoot, and boogie out of here so I can put my Lions game on my phone. So I'm going to shut it all down. But, thank you all so much. Let me see where I'm at here. There we go. I'm going to end the stream. And, my lucky number, 77. And I had a really good time tonight. Hope you enjoyed everything. Hope I didn't bore anybody, it wasn't too boring. I tried to get all those stories in there, which I love, and kind of stay ahead of the game. Like yesterday, I just wrote all day, so I didn't have to do it today, all my notes and everything. But congratulations, Greg Laney, you won the socks, and I will make sure I get the sticker out to Scooby-Doo, because they won a couple weeks ago, won the paragliding talk sticker. So I might just give one of those away next week too, this month of December. So we're all going to celebrate the holidays together right here. And we're going to just go into some trivia and everything. So anyway, that's it. I am done. So I'm going to say goodnight. And like I said, I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I love you bunches. Please be safe and all that. I almost forgot, because I do my closing, and I almost messed up on my closing. I always read something, right? And I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who tuned into Lindy's Treehouse tonight. Your energy and comments made it so much fun. Shout out to my chatters who stop by each and every Thursday and always bring great conversations and laughter. For sure, couldn't do this without y'all. So I'll see you next week. And just remember how natural it was when you were a child and the world was full of wonder for you to live a lifetime each day. Those very same types of days still show up on your doorstep with the dawn of each tomorrow. They are so forgiving. They return time and again to the exact same spot, and they make themselves available whether you use them or not. So if you're wise, you will give those tomorrows and yourself another chance to become the best of friends. Sometimes all it takes is realizing what may have been lost and what might be found to see things in the right light again. So there we go. I love always ending my show with these beautiful little sayings and all that stuff. So I have like notes flying everywhere here. I'm telling you what. So so I'm going to I think that's it. I'm looking, make sure I didn't I didn't miss anything. I like that calm snowflake. I love that. So it says, let's see. All right. So that's it. So good night, everybody. I love y'all bunches. Take care of you. Take care of your family and all that. And make sure you, make sure you say your prayers, right? Because Jesus loves you. He hears your prayers and all that. And just be blessed. Be thankful for each other, right? Because I'm thankful for all of you. So much love, much love. And I will see y'all next week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, putting up with all my shenanigans and my hat. I'll make sure I'm going to have my Santa hat. So tomorrow night, then Scooby and Munchkin, you have to wear your Santa hats. Okay, find your Santa hats. Put your Santa hats on tomorrow night so you can be festive for the whole month of December. All this little live streamers will, stay festive festivities, right, and all that stuff. So, night, everybody. Love you bunches. Be safe. Okay, be safe out there. I'll see you on Facebook. Bye, everybody. Bye. Now I'm going to end it. Bye-bye. That's it.